Okay, we are learning about application software this week, and we've learned some great stuff so far. We've got all of this stuff right here that we've learned: word processing, spreadsheets, databases. That's no small chunk of change. You've really done great work learning about those three things. We've also learned about killer apps and a lot of other cool stuff. Software suites, education, pricing, installed versus web-based software, ownership rights and licensing, end-user license agreement, and the difference between shareware, freeware, commercial software, public domain software, and open source software. We learned a little bit about intellectual property and piracy. Yep. A lot of cool stuff. And data mining and Google Trends, we saw that. So some cool things. And now what we're going to learn about are these other pieces of application software so that you're just familiar with what is out there. I'm not going to cover it in as much depth. Actually, presentation software, I'm going to give you my thoughts on how to use that well. It's pretty dang easy to use. And that is what we are talking about in this lecture. We're going to see what presentation software is and how to use it. You should probably already know what presentation software is. So if I'm at Google Drive, I can go to Create and then choose Presentation. And it'll bring up a presentation. And I've been using presentations in this class all along. The first screen that comes up is what do I want my presentation to look like, right? So I could have different looks for my presentation. I always just go with simple dark, which, you know, that might not be such a bad description for what, I don't know, simple dark. I like the black on white, or the white on black. And once this slide is created, I could just click to add title, my presentation, and by Todd, right? Or if I don't want some of these things here, when I move my mouse over the edge of this box, I get the four-way arrow. I could click. Now the box is selected. You saw the insertion point go away. The box is selected, and I can hit delete on my keyboard to get rid of that. I could add new slides right here. When I click that down arrow, it gives me different types of slides to add. Here's title and body, title in 2 columns, title only, caption, or blank. So if I just wanted a blank one, there we go. Often I'll want to insert images into my presentation. So I'll go to Google and I'll search for images. And I will find an image that I like. From another life, man. Love of surfing when I was a kid. Now I feel like all there is time for work. All right, I'm going to go with that image. So I find the image that I like. Hopefully it'll unpixelate. It's looking a little pixelated. There we go. I don't think I'd want to surf that way. That's a little bit too big and heavy for me. I'm going to right click that image. I'm going to choose copy image. I come back here and I choose Control V, and it says it's creating the image. And then in a moment, drum roll please, there's my image, and it is massive. So I could grab these sizing handles and just keep kind of bring it over, size it down, bring it over, size it down, bring it over, size it down. There we go. And that's how I put an image in. If I wanted to add some text, well, when I center it, there's center guides. There's my vertical center, and here's my horizontal center. So now it's right in the middle of my slide. If I wanted to add some text, I could click here for a text box and click out there and say, yo, and no text is showing up. So I'm going to Control A to select what I've already typed. Control A selects all, and I'm going to change the text color, make sure I'm on text and not highlight. And I will go with yellow. Yo, check me out. I wish it was me. It's not me. All right, so that's inserting an image. First, that's inserting a slide, and then we inserted an image, and then we inserted text. I could also do things from the insert menu here, where it's like insert text box, insert image. I can insert video. I can insert word art, which is, you know, art, words that look like art. Cowboy. Right, and then there's probably options. I could right click maybe and find different options here. There's probably ways to edit that too, but I've never really worked with that. You can play with that. That's inserting word art, lines, shapes, tables, comments. You know, so that's kind of how you insert some stuff. Here is an image. Here's a shape. Here's a line. So that stuff again, inserting a comment. I could change the background if I want, so change the background color. I could change the layout of this particular slide that I have selected, which is kind of like inserting a new slide, but like let's say I've already inserted it, and then I decide, no, I want this layout, and it gives me that layout now. So I just changed the layout of that slide. I could choose the theme. So I went with simple dark. I could just change the entire theme, and I could say, hey, I want to go with friendly, which is going to look a little bit crazy. Okay, that looks all right. And I could do transitions. And so transitions allow me in my slideshow to have transitions between the slides. I'm not going to add any of those in right now. When I'm ready to show my presentation, I could go up to View, Present. Ba-da-da-da. Here's my presentation. I've got little present controls down here. My arrow keys on my keyboard also work. Left to go backwards, right to go forwards. And then, you know, let's see what I got. I got some options here. Open speaker notes, downloads PDF, exit full screen. I could choose exit or go to my different slides right there. And I could also hit exit right there. So those are my little slides, but you know, that's presentation software. If I want to label my presentation, sample presentation. To do that, all I did was I came up here to this name area and I clicked on it, chose sample, typed in sample presentation, clicked OK. So you just click on the name right there to name your presentation. You know, file, see if there's anything. I could download my entire presentation. Oh, that's kind of interesting. I could choose the language that this is made in. Maybe that helps the search engine figure it out. I could import slides if I already have things created. Edit, undo, redo, copy, paste, view. Just look in here to see if there's anything else to point out to you. You know, to me, presentation software is pretty dang simple to use. Creating a presentation. In the next video, I'm going to talk a little bit about presenting, because I used to teach business communications, and that has a lot to do with how you present and what you talk about, and how do you convey yourself. So that's it. That's presentation software. We used Google Drive, and we created a presentation. There is also, of course, Microsoft Office has PowerPoint, so you could use PowerPoint right there. And this is how I've created all my presentations in this class. So if we go to school, CIT 15, and like let's look at week 6, that was last week. Here's an overview of operating systems, right? And so I created my presentations here, and you can kind of see how I did that. And I used the shapes or whatever, right? Inserting, I don't know which one I used, but probably this one. Something. I used one of these shape things to create this thing. And then I just changed the color of it, right? Click it, left click, and fill color red. There we go. And then Control Z for undo, because I don't want that. So I changed the color so as I talked about different parts, I could click on those different parts. But yeah, anyhow, I'll talk about how to present in the next video. That's presentation software. Google Drive has this presentation thing. Microsoft PowerPoint also uses presentation software. OpenOffice.org. OpenOffice.org also has it if you want to download the free version. So you got a lot of resources there for using presentation software.